Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I didn't plan on reviewing this originally today, but I couldn't find another item, and so I brought it out into the car to review it, and then I found the item in the car. So now we're doing this, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? What happens to be my ham sushi shirt. I love this shirt, man. Because I love hamsters. I also love sushi, too, but, not in hamster form. Yeah, I'm a big fan of animals in general, but I love hamsters, man. I got into hamsters. I actually did have some hamsters when I was, younger as a kid, because my dad was into animals and stuff, and so, I had a lot of interesting pets as a kid. But, it wasn't until a few years ago after my dad actually ended up passing away. And, I kind of wanted to sort of carry on, his love of animals and stuff, but in my own way. And so I got into hamsters, and it turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. I was really going through kind of a dark period after my dad passed away. And having my hamsters allowed me to focus my energy and attention on something, not just on how shitty I was feeling. So subsequently, I've had a number of hamsters since then. Some have even shown up in my videos over the years. And I love this shirt. It's a good shirt. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, originally I was planning to review, some Another Bun Cinnamon Bun Nesquik featuring DJ Khaled. But I couldn't find the damn thing. I thought I put it in my fridge. Turns out I just left it in my car. So, as a consolation, I went over there and I grabbed something else from my fridge, and I was like, screw it, I'll review that. Well, now it's in my car, so here it is. What is it? It's blue! Boom! It is Sora Ira Cola. This is their Saito Salty Taste, high-pressure carbonated drink. From Japan, don't you know? Sure, over the weekend I went out to a international market that I hadn't been to in a while. I saw this and I was like, that looks blue. And that was literally all that went into it. So let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this, and we'll kind of ha. Let's try out some Saito Salty Taste. Are we good? We're good. Let go. Let go. Ooh. That's interesting. So, in my head, I didn't know what this was going to taste like. But it definitely didn't taste like what it ended up tasting like. So it's definitely like a cola flavor. Like, that part of things they definitely have on point. And initially my thought was just, it's just going to be, it's a cola flavor. It's just, colored blue. Which is probably what it is, realistically. But there's definitely more to it than that, because there's a little bit of a roller coaster. Like, the initial hit is more just of a straight cola, but then it's got some other stuff going on. Let's give it another go. It's interesting. Yeah. It's got a lot of weird stuff going on. It's interesting the way that it drinks. It doesn't drink as heavy as like an American cola, like a Coke or a Pepsi. I don't know if that's less carbonation or the way that they just build it from the ground up or what have you. But it drinks very softly, I guess. The carbonation does have a hit to it and everything, but it just drinks lighter, I think is the best way I can put that. It's interesting. Almost like a light cream soda is kind of how it drinks. Not in terms of flavor, but again, just in terms of that, just the drinking experience itself. So, to describe what's going on here, it's sort of a mix between like a cola flavor, like a bubblegum soda, and like maybe like a little bit of like a berry or some kind of fruit flavor. Yeah, and then yeah, because that initial hit to me tastes more like a cola, but again, a lighter cola, a little bit of a fruitiness to it. But that's like where the cola aspect kind of comes in. After that kind of drops off, that's where the fruitiness feels like it takes a little bit more of a thing, and again, it almost has like a little bit of like a bubblegum soda kind of vibe to it. And then going off of what they said with the salty taste, there is sort of this weird transitional period between like the first 75% of the drinking experience and the last 25, where there is this like sort of tangy, mildly salty kind of thing that sort of like bridges one thing to the next. And like I wouldn't say that it's like it's really weird. I wouldn't say that it's like it doesn't taste salty. It tastes like salted. You know, like if you think like salted caramel or, things like that. Things where you can add salt to where it's not usually, your brain doesn't immediately go to it. Like it doesn't taste salty per se, but like it tastes salted. It has like a little extra oomph to the flavor in kind of an unusual way. It's really unique. But yeah, the way it drinks is just so light. Like it just, and I have noticed, I've had plenty of Japanese drinks in my life. I have noticed that they tend to, at least in my experience, they tend to prefer, a little less carbonation, a little bit, their drinks to be a little bit lighter in composition. So I guess that's just sort of continuing that on. Whereas, being from America, of course, I'm used to the heavier sodas. Um, I like it. It's really unique and weird, but like in a way that I can get behind. Yeah. I mean, I like the cola aspect of it. I like the sort of fruity aspect of it. It's never, one thing I'll say about it, it's never too punchy in one way or another. Like, no element of it overrides the other. You know, when the cola lets off, like it's a very transitional kind of soda. Like as the cola-ish kind of vibe lets off, again you get more of that sort of bubblegummy kind of vibe. Then you get that sort of like salted kind of vibe, and then you get, you sort of have a berry-ish, kind of fruitiness kind of going throughout it. But like it's not overly berry, not overly cola. It's an interesting blend of the flavors. But it still all manages to have a place. Like each, element of it gets to stand out. That's really unique. I like that. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm gonna go with yes and kinda. I can get down with this. This is the only criticism-ish that I have for it is, again, just going back to the lightness of the drinking experience. Excuse me. I just prefer a heavier drink. You know, excuse me. I'm a big root beer guy and everything. I like heavier sodas. With this, because of the way it drinks, it is, almost ethereal in how quickly it goes down. But it does still have a lot of flavor. It doesn't taste like a cheap soda or anything like that. And I really like the stuff that's going on with it, I like funky sodas, and it's nice when you get a soda that not only is it interesting, but it doesn't taste like a gimmick. Because I've had plenty of gimmicky sodas where it's like, oh, it's this flavor, it's that flavor, whatever, and then like very clearly they spent exactly 35 cents to make this drink. With this, it's like, no, it feels intentional, it feels nice, it's a nice thing, I like it. And if that's why for me, I'm down with it. But if I'm recommending it, it's not going to be for everybody. I can say that right now because it does have some less, I won't say unusual, but let's say less usual elements than you would find in an American soda. But like, I think if you're a little bit more adventurous when it comes to, trying new stuff and everything, absolutely. If you run into this one, I would say give it a shot. Because like, not only, again, is it interesting, but like, it's a good soda, and it just has cool stuff to offer. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly Japanese soda-tastic rest of your life, because I've had some really good Japanese sodas throughout the course of doing this show. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing for me is that I'm going to end this video pretty quickly because I need to go use the washroom. I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that if you need to use the washroom, you are able to do so comfortably and happily within whatever environment you so choose, as long as it's kosher by everybody else. Bye!